All right, guys. So I'm going to teach you how to do this budget sheet, which should be the last part of your map project. So here we go. Are you sharing services with anyone? If you are sharing services with someone, you would just say yes. Like I know that I think Siavi was sharing some services with Riley or something like that. But a lot of people aren't. So you can just say no. If you are sharing services, you need to tell me how much it's going to be. So if you are sharing a police station might cost $10,000. So you say $10,000. Easy enough. Here's where you're going to get a little bit harder. You ready? You need to find the area of your map. And here's how you would do that. Okay. You need to get out a ruler and measure your paper. And then you need to multiply base times height of your paper measured in inches. So if it's 3 inches by 5 inches, that's a 15 square inch piece of map. Um, so that's what you're doing for your map. Then you just take that and you multiply it by 12. If you multiply the answer to square inches by 12, you should get your square feet of your map. And that's all you have to do to figure that out. Then your ratio is very simple. Your ratio is going to be whatever your square inches was. So your square inches was like 12. Let's say it was 12 square inches. Times 12 is 144. So it's going to be 12 to 144. And that's what you would write. So let's say this was 12 and this was 144. Okay. So that's what your ratio looks like. Very simple math. It's from way back earlier in the year. Then you write total square foot of your city. That's if your city doesn't. That's if you didn't use all of your paper. If you didn't use all your paper, you need to measure out how much you didn't. If you did use all your paper, you leave that. Now here's where it gets interesting. Okay, your buildings, you have to figure out the square footage, volume, the use for the city, and the equation. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that, but you're going to need to do this for 3 different buildings. So let's say the first building that you're going to use is your police station, okay? So your police station, you're going to measure it with a ruler and figure out how many inches your square feet of your police station is. So let's say it's 1 inch by 1 inch. Then what's your square footage? 1 inch. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to say. To figure out volume, you take your square footage, which is just base times height, and then you need to multiply it by depth, which would be how high or tall the building is. Well, let's say that one building with one floor, so not a 2-story building, but a 1-story building, is 10 feet tall. Well, then you're going to take this and multiply by 10. So that would be 10. Does that make sense? Let's say that your square footage was 2, okay, like 2 inches. Then your volume would be 20 because you multiply it by 20. So that's what you're doing there. And that's easy enough. The use would just be the name of the building. So it's a police station. And then the cost equation. So how much does a police station cost? Well, a police station, I believe, costs $5,000. So it's $5,000, right? Well, how much would it be after 6 months? Well, 1 month was 5,000. So what's 5,000 times six? It's 120,000. And then you just multiply by 12, multiply by 24, and multiply by 36. And that is how you do that sheet. So you're going to do that for 1 building, 2 buildings, 3 buildings. And that is all you have to do for your budget sheet. Awesome. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Adios.